Kibble Wolves, it is Mr. Vieyra today for your Wolf Den message. Happy Thursday! And tomorrow, there's no school. Let me start out with our Wolf HOWL. That goes to the Leadership Academies for helping organize and distribute the COVID test kits this week. There's a little bit more on that in a little bit. Here is the quote of the day. It's by a famous jazz musician, Ella Fitzgerald. She says this: "It isn't where you came from, it's where you're going that counts." That's true. The would you rather is, would you rather be able to speak to animals or speak to aliens? Let me know. The topics for today include web leaders, COVID home test kits, our HOWL community celebrations, our HOWL community reminders, our anime club, Wolf Grub, dad joke, and the Thursday thumbnail, and then a short video on relationship skills. Let's get right to it. So we are calling on all 7th graders. So 7th graders who will be 8th graders next year, there's an opportunity for you for our leaders. So there's a program that we will be starting next year called WEB. It stands for Where Everyone Belongs. And so the 7th graders, this is what we're looking for. The Wolf Fam is looking for mentors who are welcoming, positive role models, leaders, good communicators, dedicated, helpful, enthusiastic, and kind. If those are qualities that you see in yourself or someone else has spotted in you, please ask for an application from Miss Salgado. She'll be able to get one. She's in room 210, or go to the office and pick one up. If you were wondering if whether or not those are some of your qualities, you know what? Talk to one of your teachers and find out, hey, am I those? So anyway, I encourage you to sign up as we need you. And then there are some important dates. So on April 29th, your applications are due. On May 11th, you'll have a spring play day if you are accepted into the program. And then also there will be training on the 24th and 25th of August in the summer from 9 to 2. And then orientation will be on the 29th and 30th. I encourage you to sign up. I think you'd be very awesome. So earlier this week, you were given some home testing kits, some COVID home testing kits. Your 6th period teacher gave those to you. And so those are for you to keep at home, and use those prior to returning on April 25th, Monday, April 25th. That's the day we come back. So if you've been around someone who might have exposed you, you want to go ahead and use that prior to coming back on April 25th. Please, if you are not feeling well, stay home. So this is what the health department recommends. So we want to continue to wear masks, continue to social distance, continue to wash your hands regularly, stay at home when you're sick, and if you haven't been vaccinated, go get a vaccine. So students, you're going to be receiving some new email addresses starting tomorrow, April 15th. So in order for you to log in to either a Chromebook, Canvas, or your school email, you will need to write your ID number, your 2011 number or 2012 number, whatever those 9 digits are, at lbschools.net. So no longer will you have to write in the word student.lbschools.net. You'll just have to do your ID number at lbschools.net. So that's good news, except that oftentimes when it comes to logging into technology and our passwords, we have this muscle memory and we remember a certain way to do it. So you have to retrain yourself to not write the word student in your new email address. Remember that we are a community who howls. We are humanitarians who overcome through wisdom and leadership. And when we notice that our HOWL community is killing it in certain things, we want to make sure we call it out. So we are very proud of your achievements this quarter. Those of you who have been working hard, and making sure that you keep your GPA up. Yay, you're awesome. We also want to thank those who continuously dress in their uniform and arrive to class on time. Thank you. Keep it up. That shows the value of your own learning and your own ways of practicing scholarliness. Orale. And just as we call out those celebrations as a HOWL community, we also want to call you in when you are not necessarily being a humanitarian who overcomes through wisdom and leadership. So these are some reminders that we want to share with you today on Thursday. Remember, we need to keep our phones away during learning time. They are not impacting your learning in a good way. It's impacting your learning in a negative way. The other thing is, you want to make sure that you wear your uniform daily, even your outerwear. So remember that outerwear is red or blue. That's outerwear. And remove your hoods while you're at school. That is not part of the uniform. We also want to remember to make sure that we keep litter in trash receptacles. I know it's been windy recently. We have had conversations about the blacktop and the field and how dirty it is and how litter filled it is, and we might need to start removing that privilege if we can't seem to keep it clean. It's a way that you show that you value our school community. That's the impact it has when you make it messy. It shows that you are not valuing it, and it impacts a whole lot of people. Finally, we want to make sure that we get to class on time. We are finding ourselves after lunch sweeping students to their classrooms. There should be no adult who's following you, walking you to your classroom when you are a 6th, 7th, or 8th grader. You're too old for that. Get to class. Hey, Wolf fam, it is Wolfie back today to share the lunch menu and give a little final thought today before we go on our spring recess. What's going on, Wolfie?
What's up, Mr. V?
Well, would you go over today what's for lunch for those 6th graders and 8th graders who will not have had lunch by the time they see this video?
You got it, mister.
All right, so tell us what's for lunch today.
We got cheeseburgers, house-made teriyaki chicken with rice, cheesy garlic bread, marinara sauce, pizza salads, sandwiches, and the manager's special.
Right on. Well, tomorrow is the day that we observe Admission Day, which is the day that California was admitted as a state. You got any plans for the spring break?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what are you going to be doing?
I'll be eating a lot of bacon.
Okay. Hey, somebody told me that this was your favorite season. Why is that?
Yep, it's because on Easter Sunday we eat a lot of ham.
Oh, I get it. Ham, yeah. A healthy pork product, huh?
Yes, sir. It's gonna be bussin'.
All right, Wolfie. Well, enjoy your break. Everyone else out there, enjoy your break. Any final words, Wolfie?
Hey, have a wonderful break. Eat a lot of ham and a lot of bacon.
You got it, Wolf. The joke of the day is, what do you say to a lollipop when you throw it away? Ready? So long, sucker! Yeah. All right, Wolf fam. Well, as we wrap up this video, I have one short video I want to include in here on positive relationship making. And I'll include that in the end after this. But I do want to wish you a great break. Hey, it's been a rough year. Not going to lie. It's been hard, right? We're transitioning back in person. And I think that a lot of you have really appreciated the in-person learning over the Zoom learning. And we've had a lot of growing to do while we're on campus. And I appreciate those of you who got right back into this swing of things with learning. And those of you who are still having a hard time, we're going to guide you and help you make some better choices. In any case, I'm grateful for all of you. I love being here with you all, and I really do wish you a great spring recess, spring break. Do a lot of resting, spend some time outside, get some sun, stay away from your phones and those video games and the cheese myths, all that stuff. Hang out, have fun. Peace.
A child's future ability to succeed in the workplace, become a leader, and achieve long-term happiness will depend in no small part on their ability to build positive relationships. Students who learn to communicate clearly, cooperate with others, and constructively negotiate conflict are well on their way to future success.
We've talked about self-awareness, which is understanding yourself, and then social awareness, understanding others. So getting into relationship skills is really then, okay, now you're interacting. I'm not just standing over here thinking, I wonder what you're feeling, I wonder what you're thinking. I'm actually using that information to engage.
In the classroom, there are lots of opportunities for kids to work together in pairs, to work in small groups, to work in large groups, so that they can actually practice this. So we can intentionally teach them explicitly, how do you disagree? How do you agree? How do you be respectful in giving your opinion? How do you take on an active role on a group project? So sometimes before you actually engage kids with a group, you talk a little bit about, what are you going to do if one person is doing more than their share of work? How are you going to respond when one person doesn't seem to be contributing? What are the different roles that we have as part of this group? Who's going to be taking notes? Who's going to be making sure we stay on task? Who's going to be keeping time? Who's going to make sure that the conversation keeps moving? So we can actually teach kids how to be productive members of a group and give them lots of opportunities in every class to work in groups.
You've probably heard quite often the idea of project-based learning or problem-based learning. And so that's not just your typical project, we're gonna build something together. It's actually thinking about, okay, let's take our learning and apply it to a real-world problem, and then as a group, we're gonna solve that. And it's a wonderful way because kids are learning content, they're learning standards, but they're also learning relationship skills. How do we work together? How do we decide who does what role? How do we figure out when we're successful? What if we make a mistake? What if we don't agree with someone? How do we navigate that?
It's important to build relationship skills with your children because it does foster trust. When kids feel that they can come to you and they can talk to you about anything, they're less likely to go to their peers and get the wrong answer sometimes. But it's important to play games with your children. I think sometimes as parents we get so focused on the day-to-day tasks that we forget to have fun. For example, it can be reading a book or watching certain TV programs or going to the movies or going bowling, things that will bring you together and bring you out of your comfort zone. I think sometimes it's easy to just kind of fall into a routine in the system and just think, hey, we're together and that's okay. But it's important to spend time and be very specific about how you spend time so that that time allows for communication.
We want to have healthy relationships with our partners, with our children, with our friends. We know that a social network and positive relationships helps us mitigate against stress, against illness. It increases our longevity. Positive relationship skills are critically important.